I've seen a lot of people do these types of videos where they will say their favorite song off of every album of a certain artist they like, and I wanted to try that and do that with System of a Down, which is one of my favorite bands ever. And yeah, their first album was their self-titled album, and that came out in 1998, and it is a great album, one of my favorites, and I think, of course, the best song on that album is Sugar, which is just a classic. Moving on to Toxicity, that came out in 2001, System of a Down's best album without a doubt, and honestly one of the best albums of all time. It's just such a great album, and I think without a doubt I would have to say Chop Suey is the best song on that album. It is one of the best songs of all time, but they also have a lot of great songs on that album, like Aerials and Toxicity, which are also just really, really great songs. Moving on to Steal This Album, which came out a year after Toxicity. Probably my least favorite System of a Down album, but I mean, like, at the same time, we're talking about System of a Down, so of course this was a great album. But I think if I had to say my favorite song off this album, it would have to be IEAIAIO. This is just, I don't know, this is just one of my favorites in general, because, I don't know, it's just a really great song. Moving on to Mesmerize, which came out in 2005, and is my second favorite System of a Down album, coming after Toxicity. It's a great album, and I think that my favorite song off this album is BYOB, but Lost in Hollywood is a close second, because both of those tracks are just absolutely amazing, and they're both very, very different. One's very more rock and chill, one's very heavy metal, but I think they're both amazing tracks, and I love them both. But the whole album in a whole is just amazing too. Moving on to Hypnotize, which is the last album they released to this day, releasing the same year as Mesmerize. Another great album by System of a Down. I think if I had to pick, my favorite track off that album would have to be Hypnotize, but Lonely Day is a close second. And yeah, I think that's it. I really hope that this band can come back together and create another album, because this is really the only band I've listened to all of the stuff they've made, and I really hope they can come together and make another album, because they are one of the best bands of all time.